The Prince and the Pauper. In the foul fog of 16th century London, fate played a huge joke on two newborn boys. Tom Canty was born in a trash court, wrapped in poverty. Edward Tudor was born in a golden palace, wrapped in silk. Tom stood in rags, dreaming of a real prince. He gripped the cold iron bars, staring greedily inside. A rude guard shoved him hard into the mud. "Stop!" A young but commanding voice rang out. Little Prince Edward ran over and pulled the beggar inside. In the royal chamber, the prince marveled at Tom's free life. "Let us swap clothes. I want to feel the mud." They stood before a massive mirror, eyes wide with shock. The prince in rags looked exactly like Tom in silk. The prince noticed a bruise on Tom's hand. From the guard. "I shall punish that insolent servant." He ran out impulsively. He forgot he was wearing the beggar's broken clothes. At the gate, the guard looked down at the rushing beggar. With a sharp slap, the real prince was thrown into the crowd. The heavy gates boomed shut, cutting off his screams. Edward stumbled through the streets, filled with stench. A drunkard named John Canty grabbed him by the collar. In this house, the first thing you learn is to beg. The prince struggled. "Silence. I am the Prince of Wales." The answer was the harsh laughter of the beggars. That night, the future king curled up in dirty straw. Rats ran over him, and hunger burned like fire. Meanwhile, Tom was suffering a different torture in the palace. He stared at the fine food, not knowing which fork to use. He drank the washing water, while the nobles watched in shock. The old king sighed. "My poor child has gone mad." Tom lived in fear of being exposed, walking on a knife's edge. But he saw the people's pain and learned mercy. And wandering Edward, seeing cruelty, learned justice. Time finally flowed to the solemn moment of coronation. In Westminster Abbey, the organ roared. The archbishop raised the heavy crown high. Tom stood in gold robes, pale and trembling. "I am not worthy," he shouted, his voice echoing. Suddenly, a ragged boy burst through the guards. "Stop! That is my crown." Edward walked in proudly. Soldiers rushed to arrest him, but Tom ran down from the throne. The nobles mocked. This crazy little beggar. If he is king, a duke asked, where is the great seal? The hall went silent. Only the true king knew. It is inside the gauntlet. Of the old armor, the servant found the seal. The truth was revealed. Two identical boys embraced. In the center of the hall, Tom returned to his freedom, but with royal rewards. Edward wore the crown, but never forgot the cold. For only those who have suffered know how to rule gently